Did you know an entire continent helped crack apartheid? Not just protests abroad, African countries built a pressure cooker that never let up. Quick timeline, let's go. 1963, newly independent nations form the Organization of African Unity. They make ending apartheid a shared mission. 1969, the Lusaka Manifesto says it loud. Freedom in Southern Africa is non-negotiable. Early 70s, dozens of African states cut ties with Pretoria. They push oil and trade embargoes. Stadiums across Africa empty as sports boycotts kick in. 1977, the UN arms embargo becomes real because African states wouldn't let it die in committee. On the ground, the frontline states, Tanzania, Zambia, Botswana, Mozambique, Angola, and later Zimbabwe, carry the heaviest load. 1980, Zimbabwe wins independence. Zimbabwe joins the frontline states. Harare opens doors to ANC offices. Harare hosts ANC cadres. Training coordination moves north-south across the Limpopo. Logistics routes and supply trucks cross the border. Safe houses operate at night. Transport corridors keep personnel and materials moving. Medical care and ambulances support the wounded. Supplies and equipment move in sturdy crates. Supplies stacked and loaded. Convoy silhouettes roll along dusty roads. Intelligence sharing, field radios and coded maps. SADF cross-border raids strike neighboring states in the 1980s. Rapid withdrawals often follow these raids. Retaliatory operations and sabotage occur across the region. Zimbabwe pays in lives and infrastructure. Diplomacy from Harare boosts OAU pressure. Harare amplifies pressure at the UN. Universities rally funds. Unions collect aid and support. Churches shelter refugees, dorms and tents. Result, Zimbabwe helps keep continental pressure unbroken until freedom. Solidarity, clasped hands across the borderline. They host exiles. They host training camps. They host conferences. ANC leaders operate from Lusaka, cross-border raids, sabotage, counterattacks. These countries pay in lives and infrastructure, but they don't back down. Some governments create national funds, fed by paycheck deductions and donations, to bankroll scholarships and relief for South Africans fleeing repression. African banks freeze out Pretoria. Airlines feel the chill. Culture feels the chill. Academics feel the chill. Late 80s, battles in Angola grind down apartheid's regional reach. The turning point forces South Africa to accept Namibian independence in 1990. Momentum flips. 1990, Nelson Mandela walks free. 1994, South Africans vote in the first democratic election. Here's the kicker. Global sanctions got headlines, but the fuse was lit and relit by Africa's own family of states. A united continent made apartheid too costly to sustain. So next time you hear the story, remember the map. Dar es Salaam, Lagos, Lusaka, Gaborone. Neighbors turn principle into pressure, and pressure into freedom. That's the power of a continent moving as one. With gratitude to the African states whose solidarity, diplomacy, and sacrifice helped end apartheid. If this was useful, please like, share, and subscribe to support more African history stories.